You're listening to Between the Fountains, a Kansas City Royals baseball podcast.
Welcome to episode 1 of Between the Fountains, a Kansas City Royals podcast. It is March 22nd, 2026. I'm Brian. That's Mike. We've been friends for over 40 years and Royals fans since we were just learning to walk. We are here to break down the Royals from all angles for you all, and we will be giving you our honest opinions of the highs and lows of each week of the 2026 Kansas City Royals baseball season. Tonight on the show, we have 3 topics for you. Topic number 1, these come from our home office, so let me pull them up.
Of course they do.
Topic number 1, the WBC has wrapped up. That's the World Baseball Classic. And for the most part, our Royals did very well. So let's touch on that for a moment. Topic number 2 is since this is our season preview show, it only makes sense for us to tell you what we think about the season as far as our record's going to be, that sort of thing. So overall expectations for 2026. And then our final topic of the day, what will be the Royals record in 2026? So if you're new to the show, our goal is to provide you a unique forum for Royals fans to hear what me and Mike think, but we also want to hear from you, the listener, or viewer, I guess in that case. Right now, you can contact us on the YouTube comment section down below. That's the only place we can figure out how to make this thing work right now. But in the future, we hope to have other forms of electronic communication. Let's see. We appreciate it if you subscribe to our channel so that you'll know when we have a new episode that comes out, and it'll be right there ready to go for you. And Mike, do you have a word from our sponsor from this week?
Yes, our sponsor, State Farm Insurance. Please call Michael Blau Agency, 816-525-2227, to meet all of your auto, home, life insurance, and financial services needs. Again, 816-525-2227.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Can I say that, and that would be wrong for me to say State Farm is there since I don't represent State Farm?
You can say that.
Can just anybody say that?
Just anybody. Yeah.
Really?
It's
Okay.
open for anybody to say. Yeah.
All right. All right. So all of our insurance needs see you, right?
Yeah,
I have a boat.
And financial services needs.
If I just bought a boat, should I ask you about insurance on my boat?
Yeah, before you have a boating accident.
Yes.
That would be the key, yes.
Okay. I will check you out. All right. So let's start with the WBC. Our Royals did very well. Did you get a chance to watch any of the WBC this year, Mike?
Yes, I was a little bit slow at first, but after about 4 days of games, I got into it, and I enjoyed it very much. It was very exciting, yes.
Okay, so you're a big fan of it.
And every 4 years, good timing. I mean, if it was every 2 or something, that'd be too much. But every 4 years, it can gain some momentum doing that.
I think they're trying to adjust the timeline on that, by the way, because I think it was 3 years. Now they're trying to do something different. I'm not quite sure. They got some time to think about it, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have a new manager for the U.S. team. Would you say?
I would say 100%. Yeah,
I think everybody is on board with that.
Yeah.
So how about Salvi?
Mr. DeRosa had some challenges there.
Salvi can't manage the American team because he plays for Venezuela, so that would
be difficult, but you never know.
Right. All right. So I have a couple of stats here from the WBC. We'll start with Maikel Garcia, obviously, the MVP of the WBC. The whole thing.
MVP.
He had, 26 at-bats. He scored 5 runs. He had 10 hits, 2 doubles, a home run, 3 stolen bases, and he hit .385 for the WBC with 7 RBIs.
It was a very clutch home run, too.
I don't think he can do much better than he did. And his glove was flawless, as usual.
Yeah, he looked like he was having fun. I think realized it's not quite as much fun as playing in Kansas City.
Right.
But he had a good time.
And that team was loaded, and he was batting second on that team. Generally, your number 2 hitter is your best hitter on the team. Is that true?
For the most part.
For the most
Yep.
part, yeah,
Yep.
right. So
Yep.
he's
Right in
hitting
there.
number
1,
2
2,
on
3.
Venezuela.
Yep.
So then we have to obviously bring up Vinnie. Vinnie had a nice series. I believe he was 0 for 12 at one point, and then he hit 3 home runs in the same game. Did you see that game?
World Baseball Classic record, Vinny, 3 home runs.
Right.
He could do no wrong in that game. I'm surprised he didn't hit a 4th.
For the whole thing, he hit 182. He had 22 at bats. He was 4 for 22. The 3 home runs I mentioned. He had 2 stolen bases. Do you remember the stolen bases? Because I don't remember.
I heard about that. He's taking some lessons from Josh Naylor, Seattle Mariners first baseman, third slowest runner in baseball. He had 31 stolen bases last year. So, yeah, he's taking some lessons from him. But you got to remember Vinny doing the splits over there at first base.
Yeah,
Well,
glove was amazing.
He has really taken it up a notch at first base due to hard work. So kudos to Vinny on the hard work.
I am not the biggest fan of his glove, to be honest with you, through the years, but
it's gotten better.
He definitely he had a good series for sure. Let's see here. Another notable, you probably saw Seth Lugo pitch. He didn't pitch very well.
Yeah, he struggled. His velocity is up. I think he'll figure it out here by home opener a week from tomorrow. Actually, Bubic is pitching that game. I can't remember where he's at the order.
Right.
I think he might be second, might be pitching in Atlanta. That's where they start. So I know, obviously, Reagan's is going first.
Is the home opener,
No, I think
right?
it's, no, Bubic is the home opener.
So Reagan's,
and then I think Waka, and then Seth, and then Bubic, and then Cameron, I think is the order. Pretty sure. You can fact check me on that. But yeah, I think Seth will figure it out. He's worked very hard in the off season to get his velocity up a little bit. He's trained hard, and I think we'll see good things from Seth this year.
Fact check. Do we have a fact check department? Fact check?
Not yet, but we're working on that.
We're efforting that as well as a social media expert, by the way.
Stay tuned.
Okay. And the only other pitcher of note that did much, that's a current Royal anyway, was Carlos Estevez. He pitched 1 inning for the Dominican Republic. He did not give up a run. He gave up 1 hit, had 1 strikeout, and 1 innings of work. So,
yes.
All right. So the question that I have is, can we as Royals fans be more enthusiastic, the same level of enthusiasm, or doesn't matter at all how our Royals did in the WBC? Do you see any of that carrying over to the season?
I don't really see any. We know what we've got in Mikey and Salvi and Junior and Vinny and Jack even. I mean, the jury's still out a little bit on Jack. It looks like he's, going to be fine. They moved the fences in, of course, 10 feet. That's going to help it increase his home run numbers. So, no, I don't think it has any effect on the season. We already know who we've got in those players. And, I think it's just an affirmation that, hey, these guys are very good players. We had 8 in the WBC. That's a huge number. I don't know where that ranks amongst other teams, but it's got to be near the top.
Right.
So we know what we've got. We've got some great competitors, some super good teammates, and they're going to help us win the division this year. We'll get to that here in a few minutes.
That's right. All right, so let's just jump right to that. So if you recall, last year, our Royals finished in 3rd place. They were 82-80. They were 6 games behind the Guardians for the division. Last year's lineup, would you like to, I have it here, by the way, would you like to guess what the lineup was last year batting order wise? Or do you want me to just tell you what it was?
Go ahead. I'll defer to you.
All right. So leading off was Jonathan India at 3rd base, if you recall.
I do. I was at the game.
We got Junior playing short. Vinny DH'd. Salvi was catching, obviously. Massey was at 2nd. And here's the big change. So Hunter Renfroe was in right field.
Oh, he was.
MJ Melendez was in left field. And Kevin Biggio was playing first base, batting 8th on opening day. Did you know that? Of last
Vinny
year.
DHing?
Yeah, Vinny was DHing because wasn't he coming off of
the thumb surgery?
Right, or something like that, right? I think that's...
Yeah, well, thumb surgery was from the prior year, and maybe, I don't know. Okay, I can't remember Cabin. I'd have to see that. Show me state. I'm from Missouri. I can't remember Cabin starting that opening day.
That could be wrong.
So,
again, that's why we have
you probably have
fact
it right.
checkers.
You probably have it right. We'll send that to our fact-checking team.
Yeah, they're getting backed up already.
They are
But
backed up. Yeah.
that'll
It's in
probably
the
be
queue.
par for the course here. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's in the queue.
yes. And then Kyle Isabel was in center. All
Yeah.
right. So the 2026 projected lineup. You got Maikel Garcia batting first, playing third. Junior, of course, at short. Vinnie at first this time. Again, batting third. Salvi catching. Here's where the change comes. Isaac Collins in left field. Then you got India playing second base. Carter Jensen is the DH, is what they are projecting. Then you got Jack in right field, and then Isabel again in center. So my question for you is 2026 lineup that I just went through, and then the other changes that they've made since last year. Can they win more than 82 games?
Yes, they can.
Okay. How many more?
Yeah. My prediction is an 87-75 season for the Royals.
87-75.
Yes.
All right. Well, I actually pulled up some predictions. If you're familiar with the Pacoda predictions,
Bill Pacoda, former Royal, yes, infielder.
I actually don't think he has anything to do with it, but I've always thought that too, by the way. It's some kind of scientist of some sort named Pacoda. I don't think Bill had anything to do with it, but he may. Again, fact checking will.
You never know.
Yeah, we're going to have a very large fact checking, where they do the what you got wrong. Was that on the Tony Kornheiser show or something like that?
I think it was.
Yeah, pardon the interruption. Anyway, Pacoda says 85-76, very similar to our expert, our Royals expert. Yahoo Sports has us right at 81-81. And also Fangraphs, if you're familiar with Fangraphs, also has us 81-81. Do you see, let's say we finish 81-81. Do we make the playoffs in our division?
81-81, I don't think will get us there. I mean, we were 2 games over 500 last year, and we did not make the playoffs. So I don't think that's going to get us there.
Right.
But 87-75 will win the AL Central. Even won it with 88 last year.
Right. They were 88-74.
Yes.
Detroit was 87-75, by the way.
Right.
And then we were 82. So do you think, what do you think the Guardians, how many wins do the Guardians get this year?
The Guardians, they will finish 2 games over 500.
Okay. What about Detroit?
Detroit will be, I'm going to say, right at 500.
Okay. So we win the division. We make it to the playoffs. How far do we get?
Well, that's a good question. So I think if our pitching staff can stay fairly healthy this year, because we're going to be a little bit lean because of our at-deadline trade, which I'm going to get into here in a minute. So I think that we can make it through the first round, but I think probably, unfortunately, we'll get beat again by the Yankees, just like we did 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, individual performances. Like Garcia, does he have, because he had a monster year last year. Would you say? Would you consider
he
that?
did. Yeah, I'm going to say 290, 22 homers, 86 RBIs for Mikey this year.
Okay, so still very, he made the All-Star team last year too, didn't he? I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so very similar numbers for him. He doesn't
Very
take a
similar
step back.
numbers. Yeah, very similar.
Junior, what do you see from Junior?
32 homers, which that's more than he had last year. Yeah. And 94 RBIs. Moving those fences in, I think, 10 feet, they're really going to help Junior because he, hits into the gaps, into the alley quite a bit.
How many stolen bases?
Stolen bases for Junior, I'm going to say 31 stolen bases.
So more than last year?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because he'll get on base a little bit more, and has better hitting around him with Collins coming in, and Garcia being improved this year a little bit, and then also with Jensen down there in the lineup, just protection all around, 1 through 6 better than last year.
Okay. All right. How about Vinnie?
Vinnie, right? I'm going to say Vinnie will hit 265 with 38 homers and 101 RBIs.
So he benefits as well from the fence.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, let's see here about Caglione.
Caglione, 243, 27 homers, and 81 RBIs. 243, 27 homers, 81 RBIs. Oops, we got the dog on here. Sorry. Can we do
How
a
many
pause?
dogs do you have?
We got one.
That was one dog.
That was one dog.
It sounds like you may
Back.
have, like you're raising dogs.
Back to our normal programming here.
Okay. That's all right. We
Yep.
can edit all that out. I
Yes,
think.
we can.
Maybe not. I don't know. All right. Salvi, where do you see him
Salvi,
at?
255, 33 homer, 101 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases.
So no setback, no aging curve for Salvi yet
Oh,
again.
no, he's like Old Faithful. He just keeps going.
Is that right? Because
Yeah.
that's a pretty good year. But he hit 30 last year, right?
Yeah, he did.
Right.
Fences in, we'll give him 3 more.
Okay. All right. And then let me get to my last question that I had that you've been wanting to debate for, a month now. And I'm going to give you that opportunity now.
Good.
All right. So this has to do with Cole Reagans. By the way, are you concerned at all? I've got Reagan's spring training stats up in front of me here. He's pitched 16 innings. He has a 7.31 ERA.
Yeah.
Now he does have 23 strikeouts. Are
Yeah.
you concerned at all about Cole
Zero
Reagans?
concern. He's a professional, hardworking professional. He will be ready to go here with the opening day in Atlanta, and he will be have a very good year. But that said, you heard it here today. I do predict he will be traded at the trade deadline to Boston, and we will be getting Duran, their outfielder, in that trade.
So in July?
Yes, he will be traded.
We're trading Cole Reagans to Boston, even up for Jaron.
Yeah, I think it'll be even up trade. I don't think we'll have any minor leaguers involved in that, but that's what I see happening.
1 for 1.
1 for 1. They both got contract control here for a few years, and it makes sense to do that. Boston's starting staff is pretty good, but they're going to need some depth, and someone like Reagan's coming in that can help them, especially against the Yankees with their, left-handed hitting club for the most part. Will help them. Will help Boston out a lot.
All right, I'm gonna have to mark this episode.
Yes, mark it today, March
all right.
22nd at 7:53 p.m.
You might be right. I'm pulling up here what Roster Resource says. The Red Sox rotation, they got Crochet. Sonny Gray is their number 2 starter.
He gets hurt all the time. You just can't count on him. He gets hurt almost every year.
That's true.
So
and
he could be out by the All-Star break.
He's also 36, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
Johan Oviedo is their 3 starter. Ranger Suarez and Brian Bayo is their number 5.
Yeah, they will need pitching at the deadline, and it really makes sense that trade does.
So if we trade Reagans, I'm not the one that said that, but if we trade Reagans, then what's our pitching staff going to look like?
Well,
Who steps up?
That'll be Ryan Berger, the kid we got from San Diego.
So everybody will shift up. So like Waka will become our 1, Lugo, Bubic, Cameron.
I think at that point, Bubic will be our number 1. He's a very good pitcher. Remember, he struggled with the rotator cuff strain last year, but coming into that, he was lights out. So I think he'll probably move up to number 1, and then probably Lugo, then Waka, and then Cameron, and then Ryan Berger, the kid we got from San Diego.
Right. That would be a shocker.
You have to make a move. Our offense is improved from last year with Biggio not being in the opening day lineup, and Hunter Renfroe, who struggled mightily with us, and MJ, of course,
we don't
great
mention
kid.
Hunter Renfroe's name ever again here. That's the last time you'll hear Hunter Renfroe on this show.
Okay. The last time we talk about Renfroe.
Okay, so I'm playing this game with you. So we have Jaron Duran on our team. So how does our outfield look when we have Jaron Duran in the lineup?
Right. He can move over to center field, and then, of course, Collins in left, and then Caglione in right field still.
Okay, so Kyle Isabel is the odd man out.
Yeah, great fielder, but, the offense just isn't there. I think his WAR is like 1.2. I might be wrong on that. It might be a little less. So, great defensive outfielder. He's got a lot of range. We don't need
1.3, by the way. I've got.
What did I say? 1.2. I was pretty close. So
no, that's his projection for 26. I'm sorry.
Okay, projection. Well, my projection is 1.2. So real close to that projection. He doesn't have a good arm at all. And with our fences coming in 10 feet, we still need range. It's still a big ballpark, but not as big as it was last year.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our first episode of Between the Fountains. So we want to thank you for listening. And like I said earlier, if you subscribe to our podcast, we will make sure that you get some corrected stats if we got anything wrong on this episode. Next time, we'll make sure we get it right.
Yes.
And we will see you next time. Thank you.
Go Royals.